Hey everybody, welcome to my spirit art video. I'm going to get started really quick on a drawing in a few minutes, but before I get started, I just wanted to make clear what spirit art is. It's a form of mediumship in which I'm able to connect with the spirit world and then use art as a tool to bring forth the messages. If this message is for you, then get in touch with me by leaving me a comment, and then we'll go from there. And then this is your drawing, and I can email you the scan, but I am doing this drawing without knowing who it's for ahead of time. Also, I will be giving readings this weekend at Serenity Rocks and Halo's Holistic Healing Center on the 17th from 10:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. So let's get started. This whole entire drawing is with my left hand, and you could probably see that from the video, but it was very difficult to use the left when I very first started. But for some reason, whenever I take short breaks or like put the pencil down and then start up again, it becomes a lot easier. So for whatever that's worth, maybe somebody out there is also really used to drawing with their non-dominant hand. Anyways, this is the main character of this drawing. I did get a few names, but I didn't really want to say them because it correlates to somebody that I actually know, and I don't think this is that person. But I did get a name later potentially for this guy. So let's get started on him. He's really sad. I also think he is alive. So he suffers from depression, and the green color that predominantly made up the background kind of set the stage. Like, we have a heart issues here. We have a lot of pain, emotional issues that are unresolved. And so this boy, even though he is like a young, mannered, educated young man, he is not healed. He will most likely never be healed from abuse. And this is the gentleman that victimized this child, who is not a child anymore. He didn't say what he wanted to say to the perpetrator. So there was one point in the drawing where I started drawing a lot of blue here, and I thought that was really interesting because it wasn't something I was choosing to do. See, the more I work with my left hand, even the color selection becomes more instinctual, more automatic. I don't like take time to think about which color I'm going to pick up next in the colored pencil pile. But he has some issues with speaking his truth, and I don't think he ever spoke his truth to this guy. He never, either he was too young or he was maybe just encouraged not to. There was a lot of things he wanted to say before he left. So I don't know if that meant that like he left the earth plane, or if this guy's passed away before he left, and or maybe he just like moved away to a different city, because I do think that this person is alive and this person could also be alive. So if somebody left, it could be they changed cities or something. This young man has really wispy eyebrows, kind of like eyebrows that you'd want to see on like an old person. They're wispy and they're long, and I thought that was pretty interesting. And this mustache here is kind of like, is an afterthought. So I'm wondering if he only has a mustache sometimes, or only when he feels a certain way. I'm not sure what this mustache is about, like trying to cover something. But I drew basically the entire face without the mustache, and then all of a sudden there's a mustache, and I'm not sure. I mean, it has some significance. I'm just not sure what the mustache is like. He's trying to look older, I don't really know. He has this kind of cleft chin here. It's pretty distinct. I think he also likes wearing blue. Maybe he likes wearing blue to compensate for the fact that he can't speak his truth, because blue is a throat chakra color about speaking your truth, so on and so forth. Now this man here, I did get a name for him, Ron or Rand, some R name like this, and he targeted this boy. This guy is a real piece of work here. He is totally, this is a sick individual, very sick. And that's also why when I started drawing him, it was like this green creature, and I was like, okay, am I gonna draw an alien? Why am I drawing this green? And I'm pretty sure Spirit doesn't like it when I try to assume what I'm drawing. I mean, obviously I'm drawing with my left hand, and I'm just kind of out of it, don't know what's gonna happen. No, he's just green because he's a sick individual. That's why he's green. He targeted this young boy, and he targeted him because he was in a place of authority. And I want to say place of authority, like he was a counselor in a school, maybe a coach. I got more like counselor vibes, like, because he was good at listening to people's problems. This was a really popular man. Now, even drawing his outfit like bothered me, because he's very intuitive, this one. That's why he has got purple, and he's very charming, and he was always the life of the party, very well liked, very popular. This guy, not so much. He kind of has erratic behavior. He stays to himself a little bit. He's kind of like, I mean, sure, he might have a nice presentation, but he's actually pretty numb, this boy. He's actually pretty numb and void of emotions. Like I was saying, he has erratic behavior. This guy, he's very controlled and calculating, and he's in a position to see or speak with a lot of children and just people altogether, because like I said, he's a very popular man. He was also, in my opinion, he was outwardly gay. Does that mean that outwardly gay victimized children? No, that doesn't mean that. I'm just describing this particular individual here. He was very good looking, very charming. He had these really big, pretty eyes. He would listen to all these child's problems, and that, yeah, maybe he's a psychiatrist or something, like a child psychiatrist, I don't know. And because he knew all of the ins and outs of this young man's psyche, he then targeted him. And there was a plan. So he did do some sort of triangulation. And I don't know if it involved other people or what was going on, but this child, I don't think he knew he was targeted, like specifically picked out of a crowd, but he was picked out among other people. You have this group here of kids, and this is who we're going for. We're going for this guy here. Very disturbing. That's why I'm saying, like, this person is extremely sick, and he should never have been allowed around children. Now, this young man, because of the abuse, and then also never being able to voice his truth, for whatever reason, he can't have normal relationships with other people. He just can't. He doesn't even have a relationship with himself, really, because he's so completely numb, so devoid of emotion. This man was very charismatic, and very, if you knew him, you would think he's very loving, and because he was so good at kind of not faking emotion, but he was very compassionate with people. It's just sad. It's just really sad what happened here. And like I said, I do think that these two are alive, but he wanted to say something to him before he left, or like tell him how angry he was, and it's never happened. It's never transpired. There was never closure or anything. And this guy was just completely, he was completely sick. The message here is that if people display erratic behavior and lack of emotion, or just whatever, just erratic behavior, don't judge them. Just kind of allow them to be, let it go, because you don't want to know what happened. I mean, yes, you do want to know, but you don't want to live or walk in this person's shoes. So basically, unless you walked in this person's shoes, do not judge them for their erratic behavior, because this person's behavior is totally erratic. I don't think that they have any intention of getting healed, in my opinion. They're just too far gone down this road of, maybe they've had a perfectly successful life having 0 relationships or something like that. Maybe it's worked out pretty well. I don't know, but the moral of the story is, do not judge people that have erratic behavior. Just have compassion. This is a heart-centered drawing. As you saw in the beginning, the main color, I almost want to call it a wash over the entire drawing, was green. And then he is full of green. So yes, he is sick, but the point is that there's just a lot of unhealed heart energy here, just so much. And not only is it heart energy, it's unhealed heart energy. He even has, I mean, I don't know if you remember in the beginning of the drawing, but there's even some green in here. And this man was very intuitive. He's got this purple. He lived a very happy, active life, this one here. He was happy. I think he died happy. This child, who's now a man, is ruined. Yeah, I don't have a name. Well, I did get some names, like I said. I don't know. It's really sad. You just have to forgive people. You have to allow them. You have to allow them to be unhealed and make the choices that they are going to make, and allow them to do their erratic behavior, because it has nothing to do with you. This man is really destroyed inside. So, is this your drawing? Do you know these people? Do they look, they look familiar? This guy's face is like extremely detailed. Oh yeah, I also want to say the stars. I think the abuse happened at night, and that's why the stars are out. Now, how did a counselor get a hold of a child at night? I have no idea, but I just think that there are these stars here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think the abuse happened at night. Okay, if this is your drawing, please reach out. Just have a lot of compassion for people with erratic behavior, and have a good night. Bye.